Ekasi Esports Podcast, episode 6. Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Ekasi Esports Podcast. I am your host, Perfect. And as usual, I'm not alone. I'm with my main man, the myth, the legend. Okay, not yet the legend, but like the man, the myth, Mr. Jude. What's up, Judo?
I'm good, thanks. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's just a chilled day. Just a chill regular day where we have to record another episode of this podcast.
As usual.
Yeah, it's not become tradition at this point.
I mean, it is. That's what we always do.
Yeah, because like I don't think we will be stopping anytime soon. So yeah,
Definitely not.
yeah, ish. It's always gonna be there in the calendar, every day. So
Definitely, man.
whatever plans I have on that day must throw them out. Because we have to do
push them that side. Just push them that side. Say,
yeah, because we got duties.
Exactly.
But anyways, welcome to the Ekasi Esports Podcast once again. This is where you guys will get to hear me and Jude talk about topics around gaming, esports, and tech. And yeah, so basically, you guys will get to hear some geeky talk from two regular South African geeks.
Yeah,
who like gaming and stuff.
Yeah, we just give our 2 cents on stuff as usual, but we do our research to make sure that what we're telling you is true, informative, and not coming out of anywhere. So
yeah, which is not supposed to.
Yeah.
But like Jude said, we make sure to do our due diligence to make sure that we guys give you some good content as well, which content which is informative. But at the end of the day, most of the things that we'll be saying will be our 2 cents. It'll be from our perspective, and some of it will be speculation as well. But we'll that's why we're giving you this disclaimer, so you guys don't go around saying stuff.
Yeah.
Because the political space in gaming and tech can get really hectic sometimes,
Yeah.
People get really passionate about tech and gaming. So yeah,
I know I do.
I mean, we do get in these debates once in a while, where we're like, no, it's like
more
this.
Than once in a while. More than once in a while, dude.
Probably like every day,
Yeah.
An argument a day, helps build a stronger friendship. That's what I believe. What I'm saying?
Sure.
But let's get the show on the road. There's a couple of things that we would like to talk about in today's episode. We got a fantastic episode lined up today. But yeah, so I want us to talk about PlayStation, namely God of War. God of War coming to PC.
God of War coming to PC, and there were many other PS exclusives that have come to PC, namely Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
And God of War is the latest release that is coming to PC. There have been speculation and talks about more games coming to PC from the Sony exclusive lineup. So but right now we're just focusing on God of War. We'll touch a little bit later about the other games.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Personally, I'm excited that God of War is finally coming to PC. I mean, it's one of those games which, like, when it was released, I was like, man, I wish I could play this game, but I don't have a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, and I was like, oh man, I wish I could play the game. And now that it's finally coming to PC, I'm even way more excited. I haven't played the game. I haven't even played the game yet. Most of some of these exclusives that like were mentioned, right? What I do most of the time, if I want to check out the game, but I don't have the facilities
I know
to
what
do
you're
that.
gonna say.
What am I going to say?
I finished the game on YouTube.
Exactly. You see, that's why me and you are homies, dog. We know, we understand. I guess you also do the same thing, right? Like,
yeah. I watched the entire Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay series with the Rad Brad. So
the rap. Shout out to the Rad Brad, man. Man is doing the utmost for the gaming community. Especially us. Especially us who can't buy PlayStations who play some of these exclusives. You know what I'm saying? So most of the games that have been released, most of the exclusives that have been released on PlayStation that I wanted to play and I couldn't get my hands on, I just watched them on YouTube. Channels like the Red Brad basically do like a walkthrough of the game from A to Z. So you get to. It's like basically like watching your friend or older brother playing the game. It's like basically you're just like there watching him play the game.
And you're basically seeing how certain aspects in the game work. Like some of the mechanics. Well, not exactly the mechanics, but you know what like if ever you get to play the game, you know
Mm.
what you're gonna do. You
Yeah,
know
you
what
know
you're
what
gonna
to
do.
expect. You know what you're
Yeah.
going to do. You know what to expect. So shout out to Red Brad for providing such awesome content. But yeah, so God of War is actually one of the games which I didn't do that for. You know why?
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I never. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this for God of War. Hell no. I'm gonna wait till I get the game. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'm
Oh
gonna
my
wait.
days.
And I had a feeling that PC ports might be coming. Like back when the game was released, I had a feeling that eventually Sony was gonna give and was gonna be like, okay, cool, it's coming to PC. And
I
that
mean, that's quite the intuitive feeling. I mean, I just thought that Sony would keep all the exclusives.
the ancestors were talking to me, man. The ancestors were talking to me. They were like, nah, perfect. Don't ruin the game for yourself. Don't ruin the game for yourself. It's coming. It's coming. We don't know when, but it's coming. And hey, shout out to the ancestors. You know.
Well, to be fair, yeah, I haven't
Mhm.
watched God of War, and I haven't watched like the Spider-Man walkthrough. I mean,
The first one, you mean the first
yeah,
Spider
for
Man?
Spider-Man one, I
Hmm.
just watched Miles Morales. It's weird, right? But yeah, I have. It's
Yeah, because
weird. I know.
Miles appears in the first one.
I know he does.
Yeah.
I've seen some clips. I've seen some clips. I just haven't seen the
Hmm.
playthrough. So I'm still hoping and praying that Sony does eventually,
Hmm.
bring Spider-Man to PC.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get some of that Spider-Man action. You feel me, dude? Because you tell me all the time the game's amazing. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Eventually,
I'm
yeah.
trying.
I
I'm
eventually
trying to
got the
play some.
game. I eventually got a
Yeah,
PlayStation, and I eventually got the game, Spider Man. I The only game I haven't got on PlayStation is God of War, which is part of the list. But
really.
like, yeah, I didn't get it because I was like, I want to play this on PC. There's like, even though I played Spider Man, like I don't know, I'm mouse and keyboard to the fullest. I mean, I play everything on mouse and
Mm.
keyboard.
Oh yeah, he
Almost
does. He
everything
does.
and anything, even Forza and all those other games. I play a mouse and keyboard. So I'm a
Okay.
diehard mouse and keyboard person. So I want to play God of War on PC. Like that was like a wish for me. Like and like I said, the ancestors told me that it's coming to PC. And so relax, relax. But yeah, so when was it? Last week or last week when it was announced officially that God of War is
I
coming
think about
to
2 weeks
PC.
ago. I think about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. So it was announced that it's coming to Steam, and it's going to be retailing for like how much again? 600,
6.99 or
699.
yeah, 6.99. Yeah, 6.99.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah, yeah.
5.99?
Around that price
5.99, 6.99.
range.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're probably missing it by 100 rand, but like
yeah.
it's around that price, you know. And to be honest, it's an okay price, you know. Because like I said, I haven't played it yet. I don't know. I've only seen the trailers and the pictures in from the game, but I don't really know what's gonna happen in the game.
What's
So
what you don't expect what like you don't expect you don't have this like expectation towards the game. You're just gonna go
yeah,
in there like clean and fresh.
exactly.
It's not like the previous God of Wars, like 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
where they have like similar mechanisms. You know that okay, yeah, this
Mm,
one's gonna have similar mechanisms to this, but this one, well, you can't. I kind of have an idea that
mhm.
the mechanisms are a bit different
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
yeah, because I saw my friend playing the game and yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I saw
kind of.
clips, right? So I saw small clips here and there, right?
No, I was at his house while he was playing the game.
Oh, snap. And you didn't get to
Yes,
play it.
no,
Why not?
because basically when I got there, his brother was playing FIFA, and then we wanted to play.
Hmm.
And as soon as we got to play, okay, we're gonna take turns because obviously it's a one-player game, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pass
So
the control.
yeah, pass the controller basically.
Yeah.
So he's jamming out. This man isn't dying, dude. He's not dying.
Oh,
I'm just
so
there, dude. I'm just there. I'm like, yo,
so the rule was if you guys were
yeah,
playing if you die, pass the controller.
pass the controller, yeah,
Me
basically.
back when me and my younger brother were sharing the same PC and we had to play,
Uh-huh.
the same game,
Mhm.
together. Like what we would do, I was like, because we knew that I sometimes a person would be going like fully try hard and won't die. So what we'll do was we'll take turns doing missions. So I'll do a
Okay.
specific mission. I'll say a mission, you pass the keyboard and mouse. And he does his mission. So in that way, we each get like an equal amount of opportunities to play. The only
Okay,
thing that
fair.
sucked about it is that I had to look away sometimes because I didn't want to spoil especially if he was like a mission ahead or a couple of missions ahead.
So he was ahead of you.
Sometimes, not all the time. How relax.
Were you ever ahead of him?
Yes, a couple of times. How a couple of times. But anyway, so
Score.
we're not gonna get down to those politics. But anyways,
I.
what so what we would do, right? We'll just like pass the keyboard, and in that way, like I said, will give us fair amount of chances, to play. And I had to look away just because I didn't want to ruin the game for myself, because he would
I.
play a cutscene, and then I was like, oh, now I know what's gonna happen. Now the game is ruined, because games are like movies. Story based games are like movies. Like they're like movies, and they're really enjoyable. Like the cutscenes, how the story connects at the end of the day. I mean, yeah. So yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle, shit. But I understand your struggle when you had to wait
Yeah,
for your friend to die. Because
he
yeah,
was trying hard, man.
yeah.
And as I was saying,
Mhm.
time was not on my favor. I had to go home, so
Eesh. And you
I
never
didn't
went
get a
back.
chance to play.
And you never went back.
Um, well, I wasn't able to go back because once he traveled, he was gone.
Oh, so he's there for like a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, he was there for a couple of weeks, and then he had to travel. So
It's,
yeah,
yeah.
it
And it
is
was
what it
kind of
is, dude.
useless having friends like me who have also a PC and don't have God of War at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be like, yo, perfect. You want to jam some God of War? Eish.
With what? With what?
Exactly, exactly, dude.
But yeah, so I feel like this conversation about like PlayStation exclusives coming to PC is a good conversation to have,
Hmm.
because a lot of the PlayStation fanatics have been crying and saying that, yo, how can Sony do this? They're gonna kill the PlayStation with this. I mean, if it's gonna be released on PC, then some people might be like, why buy a PlayStation and all that. But I feel like there's a couple of things that we can mention, that might not necessarily mean the end of PlayStation, because I
Could be.
personally feel like there's still, this is a strategic move by
Yeah,
Sony to do this. They didn't just do this just because people were crying for the games. If they wanted to, they could have just kept the exclusives on their on their platform and be like, forget you other platforms. We'll just, if you want to play our games, you have to buy our console. Right. So I feel like this is a strategic move for them, because the PC market is a big market, so
yeah, it is.
they want a piece of that.
Yeah, they do. And on the topic of PlayStation being
Hmm.
obsolete, quote unquote.
Hmm.
Um, I don't really think that'll be the case because PlayStation will only be making ports like 2 or 3 years after the game has been released.
Hmm.
So what's the point of saying no? PlayStation is gonna die. I still have to wait 2 or 3 years before I can get to play that game on
Mm.
my PC. So that's kind of thrown out the window. And sure, I'm just be like 2 or 3 years. I can wait. No, you can't.
It's easy to say. It's easy to say that you can wait, but I feel like
Yeah.
actually earlier this year, PlayStation registered a company. They saw called PlayStation PC LLC,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And before, they used to publish when Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn was released, right? It was
Mhm.
the games were published under PlayStation Mobile, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now they registered a new company, and future ports will be published by PlayStation PC LLC. And I feel like this is a move for them, saying that they're going to dedicate their focus and time on PC as well, on the
Yeah.
PC
It shows
markets.
it shows that commitment towards this. So
Yeah.
and it goes hand in hand with you saying that this was a right move from them. Like and also on
Mhm.
the business side. Very
Yeah.
good business prospect for Sony.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about the money, man. It's
Yeah.
all about the money. Like whether they're gonna
Don't
stay
they care
loyal,
about it?
whether they're gonna stay loyal and all that. Hey, that's
Hey.
a that's a rough. That's rough.
That cough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they will. I just have to get some water. Like, like
I thought that cough
I
was,
thought-
like you being like, will they stay loyal?
no. I thought it was dry a bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
hui. I guess that's my body saying, "Yo, dog, you can talk, bro." Sheesh. But yeah, so
Hey,
that loyalty aspect, I feel like money will come first all the time. Money rules the world. So
yeah.
yeah.
Money
So
makes the world go round.
so like everyone is hating on Jim Ryan, right? Who's the main, the head executive in PlayStation. Everyone is hating, thinking that Jim Ryan is going to ruin the company. But I guess Jim Ryan just sees the vision and sees that, nah, instead of us separating us from the PC market, let's jump in and work with them. Let's be one. Let's be
There's a
one.
lot of a lot of people have, hopped on the
Mm,
PC wagon. I even convinced my one console friend who was
mhm,
obsessed with console. Like, no, console is much better than PC. I
mm.
convinced him to jump onto PC, dude. He sold his console and now he has a
Hey,
PC.
okay, that's a bit rough.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't think that's the thing that's gonna happen because a lot, like I said, a lot of PlayStation fanatics think that's gonna happen with PlayStation. People gonna be like, oh, since it's gonna be released, why I'm gonna get rid of my PlayStation. Or I don't like you said that's not gonna be the case because the games will be released after a set amount of time. You
Yeah,
know,
and you also look at the price to performance
Mm,
aspect of certain things because
yeah,
PlayStation consoles in general
hmm
uh, uh have a higher value
mm,
in terms of you know frames to performance type of vibe. So
yeah,
you'll get more from a PC from a console. I
yeah, yeah,
apologize, from a console than you would from a PC with at approximately the same price.
yeah.
So it would make more sense financially speaking to go to a console rather
Mm.
than hop onto a PC. So yeah,
Yeah, and that's something that I also want to touch on is that like the games, the exclusives that will be coming to PC, like like the Horizon Zero Dawns, the God of Wars. These are high triple A games. These are like games which need like a good performing PC. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And not everyone, like especially being from South Africa, right? Not everyone here in SA has uh a 13,000 rand PC. For
yeah.
I how much like I think for you to at least get a decent PC to play these games, you might have to cough up at least 15,000,
Yeah,
right?
around about it, like
At least.
10, yeah, 15K. I
Mm,
think 15K would be just like right now in
mm,
this, market of prices going up for everything. Yes,
mm.
15K
At
would
least
sound more
15K.
reasonable.
And that's just the PC because you still have to get a good monitor. Okay, maybe get a monitor. You still have to
Yeah.
get, peripherals like the headsets, the keyboard, and the mice and everything. You
Mhm.
know, gaming chair maybe. If you're sourcing like that, if you're sourcing
Yeah,
like that, you can get yourself a
yeah.
gaming chair. But like it's the peripherals, and so there's like there's additional extras. So you
Mhm.
might see yourself spending close to 20 to 25K on a PC,
Yeah.
on your
On a
setup
PC alone,
on
on
your
the
setup.
setup alone.
And you still have
Exactly.
to buy your games and all that. I know there's
Yeah.
subscription mods like the Game Pass and other things that like make it easier for us to play latest releases without having to pay full price, but you still have to factor that cost in. But like, let's ignore buying the game part. Let's just look at buying the the
That the game.
equipment. You know,
Oh, the equipment, my bad, yeah.
so yeah, so like you said, getting a PlayStation will make sense for a lot of people who just want to play games. You know what I'm saying? Like who just want to
Yeah.
play and have fun. Buying a console will make sense because you spend like what the latest gen is like what 10 to
10, 12.
10
10,
to
12,
12K,
around that.
right?
Yeah.
So I would rather
Yeah.
spend that 10 to 12K buying a console, and I'll have that peace of mind of for the next 5 years, whatever game which is going to be released, I'll be able to play it because it's the latest gen console. So it's one of
Hmm.
the priorities which these games will be developed for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So there's that peace of mind that you have with the PlayStation. Unlike if you're a budget gamer who just has the recommended or just minimum specs all the
The
time,
bare minimum.
you always have to worry when a game comes out, like, oh my god, this game looks great, but
Will
can
my
I
PC
run it?
run it?
Now you have to look at the
Can it run
specs.
crisis?
You have to look at the specs, and then you're like, oh, do look at the technicalities, like
Yeah,
compare graphics cards, and all that,
yeah.
just to find out if you can at least run the game. And even if you can run the game with minimum specs, you might have to lower your lower the
Your quality
quality.
settings,
You
yeah,
can't play
yeah.
on ultra. You have to play probably on low settings just so you can
Imagine,
at least
ima-
get 30 FPS or even like 60 FPS if you're pushing it. Play on ultra low.
imagine playing 720p, dude.
Shut up. Hey dog, we've been there, dog. We've been at those struggles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
So and if you can't run those, you have the option to buy or upgrade your graphics card or add more RAM or whatever, which will
But
at least allow you to play the game. But now that's extra costs on top of that.
that's extra cost. And right now, the way the world is moving,
Yeah.
those costs have been like much highly increased. Because like
Mm,
a graphics card that would cost like 2,000
mm.
a year ago. This is exactly 1 year ago. Right now, it costs like 5K.
Imagine,
So
dog. Yeah, and that's
yeah,
because of the chip shortage. So now,
yeah,
being a PC gamer or just a PC enthusiast, it
enthusiast.
has become hard, because the prices are skyrocketing because of the chip shortage. We're busy competing with these miners
Skull.
and stuff just to get our components. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even I know the console guys also have been suffering, right?
but not as bad.
Not as bad. So yeah, that's why I'm saying in that aspect, right? On a technical aspect, buying a console is still a good idea in 2021 and beyond. It's still a good
Yeah,
idea. So, I know PC, we can say it's the ultimate platform. I mean, I'm on the PC side. When people are like
yeah.
Xbox versus PlayStation, I'm like PC, bro,
PC
PC.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's nice being there, but it's expensive sometimes. And buying a
Yeah,
console, like I said, if you're not a hardcore gamer, if you're not a hardcore PC enthusiast, and but you still want to play games, get yourself a console.
peace of mind. Honestly, just
And
peace of mind.
the console to get, I'm not choosing sides here, people. I'm not choosing sides, but the console to get. I mean, if I had the money and if I could buy either the Xbox, the PlayStation 5, I'll go PS5, baby, because of the
Man,
exclusives.
I'd go for the Switch. What you talking about?
You go for the Switch. Okay, I see
I'm
y'all.
kidding.
I
I'm
see
kidding,
y'all
man.
Switch
I'm kidding.
fans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm joking.
But now I'll go.
PS5, man.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, PlayStation. I mean, that's like what the best-selling console of all time already.
Yeah.
Already, dog.
It
Hey, they
is.
don't play. They don't play. And the other
Imagine.
thing, another thing,
Mhm.
right? Let's say, okay, let's ignore the platform side. Like you said, people have to wait for these games. I mean, right now, as a PC player, I'm like, if let's say PlayStation said, okay, after a year, a game has been released, we'll put it over to PC. Let's say they came out and they came out and said that, right? Because like I said,
Yeah.
they'll be focusing on PC, so they might shorten the time we have to wait for these ports, right?
Hmm.
But even if it's a year, I mean, that's a
That's a
that's a
long time.
minute. That's a minute.
It's a long
Imagine,
time,
look at the situation now. We're just getting God of War now. I'm only gonna
dude.
get to play God of War now, but God of War Ragnarok, which is a sequel to this first God of War, is coming out. So while I'm busy excited saying, "Oh my God, God of War, God of War," the
People
PlayStation guys are like, "Man, Ragnarok." So about Ragnarok, yeah. What
what
do
you
you
talking
think?
about, man?
What? Oh, God of War. I mean, you mean that old game? The game from
Mm.
from the Stone
Way back
Ages?
when? From way back
You
when?
haven't played that? You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be
Yeah.
the situation. It's
Mm.
like you have to wait. I mean, right now it sounds good. I have to wait. There's no problem. But if you have friends who play console or like people in your circle who play console, even just the internet, it's just like everyone is talking about the game, raving about how awesome it is. You're there waiting, and as you're waiting, more games are being released, and you're
Exactly. Yeah.
falling behind. So I feel like Sony's move of doing this is just like they're teasing us. They're saying, "Look, look at what you guys can experience if you just had a PlayStation, you know."
Yeah.
Right now, they're
Yeah.
just giving us a taste. Like, okay, God of War, Days Gone, da 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 da. They're just giving us a taste. But eventually, I'll enjoy the game so much. If the story is that captivating and the gameplay is awesome, I'll enjoy it so much to a point where I'm like, oh, I need to play the next one now. And
Now.
me knowing that the next one is out, but I can't play it, I just have to get a PlayStation. I'll be like, nah, dog, mm-mm. 2 years.
I need to get I need to get
I
me
need
a
to get this like
station
now. I
right
need to
now,
get me
man.
the PlayStation, and I don't want to watch Red Brad. I don't want to watch the walkthrough on Red Brad's channel.
I
I
can't be
want
caught
to
slipping.
play. Exactly. I want to play the game
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. PlayStation owners are still gonna have that first preference thing when it
Hmm.
comes to these awesome games.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it always is like that. There's always one side of the coin when it comes
Mm,
to, who gets to enjoy what. And
mm,
it shows. PlayStation people will be enjoying it.
mm.
And then when the coin flips on our side, you'd be like, yeah, we made it.
We made it, but they're already
They have
they're
another coin.
far. They're far. Yeah, they're on another
Exactly.
coin. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, the console guys are still gonna have a good time. And like, I feel like now the focus has shifted. Instead of just selling consoles, they wanna make sure that these games, like go like make more sales. I
Hmm.
feel like that's the plan. They want to make sure that these games make more sales so that they can get more money and so that these games can be more successful.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, we know with Microsoft now that they don't really care if you don't buy the latest Xbox. Like Phil Spencer said, the vice president at Microsoft Gaming,
Hmm.
um, he's like, man, we don't care if you don't buy the latest Xbox. As long as you play our Xbox games and the games that we release, we don't care if you play on
Mhm.
PC or Xbox. We don't care. I mean, they've kind of come to that point of like, hey, we're tired of being in these battles of which platform is the best. Just
He
play
needs
our
what he
games,
needs.
buy the Xbox Pass. And we've seen that they've shifted a lot of focus onto the Xbox
Mhm.
Pass. You know what I'm saying? So,
You can get there's a lot of value if you are
mm,
thinking of purchasing the Xbox Pass. There's a lot of value you can get from there. So
exactly. So, now like the entire gaming wave is shifting now, into just making more gaming sales,
yeah,
and no more just like platform based, in 2021, we should be able to, I mean, there's now streaming platforms which are also going to come soon. So I mean, I've streamed games from the PlayStation 4 onto PC. Like, I've played them on PC but via streaming, even though, yeah, it's a bit of a buggy situation a lot of the times. But
yeah,
as in the internet infrastructure gets better within the country, and things just become better, streaming is going to be a new thing. So we
yeah,
need people to buy these games. We need people to buy these games, and I'm pretty
exactly.
sure PlayStation sees this coming. They see that, nah, we need people to buy the games. We need
Yeah,
people to play the games.
and again, as you said, this is a
Mhm.
move by PlayStation
Mhm.
to get people to buy the games.
Yeah, just to buy these games.
It's just to buy these games, man.
Yeah, because they don't care. They don't care. Okay, they want you to buy their console, definitely. And
Of course,
probably
of
some
course,
of
of
the
course.
PC guys will eventually convert. They'll probably crack under pressure and be
Yeah.
like, yo, I want to play this game and I'm going to buy a PlayStation for this game.
But you do know that the Sony and Xbox, Sony and Microsoft, I apologize, they
Mhm.
do sell their consoles at like a deficit,
Mm.
and how they make their money back is from the games.
Exactly. They make the money back
And
from the games.
yeah, and from like obviously the in-app purchases and all those
Yeah,
kind of
those
stuff.
little things, the irritating
Yeah.
microtransactions and everything.
Ooh.
But and the DLCs and all that.
Exactly. So
So they're
yeah,
still,
that's mhm.
so they need to get people playing these games. And maybe if they want to get more people buying the console, right? Maybe what PlayStation might do in the future, I don't know, maybe it's going to be a reach, but they might release a little brother to the PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, maybe a slightly cheaper version. Like, we've seen this happening before, with
yeah, yeah.
Xbox, even PlayStation. We had the Slim and we had the Pro. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But so they might release a cheaper variant of the PlayStation 5 just for those maybe who might want to put over, but already on other existing platforms. But that's maybe a bit of a reach. We don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
how
We'll
this
see where
all
it goes.
plays out. Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the exciting thing. I'm just happy that at least now we're guaranteed. Okay, no, I mean guaranteed that like all games will be released, But I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, with the move of registering the PlayStation PC LLC, and them, focusing on game sales, I feel like it's almost guaranteed at this point that we'll be getting to play these games on PC as well. Obviously, the catch is we might have to wait.
Not might, we definitely will
Yeah,
wait.
we'll have to wait. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because yeah, I don't think they'll release them same time. PC
Yeah.
and nah, nah, nah.
That's not gonna
That's
work.
we're asking too much. As PC fans, we're asking too much. If that's
That's not gonna work for Sony.
nah, it's not gonna work for Sony. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely not. But also, but yeah, I can't wait to play God of War.
Hmm.
I know it is a great story. I mean, I watched the story. I've watched videos on God of War. Like, I didn't get to play all of them. I think I only played like two God of Wars from the old gen. Others
Hmm.
I've watched the walkthroughs and I've checked out the story and all that. You know, but
I mean, I have played a bit of three, but I
Mhm.
put on the hardest difficulty. Like this was my first try, by
Oh,
the way. I put on the
yeah, yeah.
hardest difficulty available at the time because obviously you have to unlock
Mhm,
harder difficulty. So I put on the hardest difficulty. I couldn't make it
mhm.
past the third stage, dude.
So you never finished the game,
No, I didn't finish the game.
yo.
I
So
tried again. No, I did try again,
uh-huh.
and I still couldn't finish the game.
Did you lower the difficulty at least
Yeah,
when you
I
tried
did.
again?
Yeah,
Yo,
I still got stuck at
that's an
the
L. That's
yeah,
an
that's a
L.
big L, dude.
That's an L. I mean, there are
Yeah.
those games which I also have not finished yet because, yeah, and I'm ashamed, but like, I'm not gonna mention the games now.
Mm.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel when you like, if I just finish the game.
Mhm.
But yeah, but like God of War is a great story, and I would love to play this new, like the new God of War, lore that they've released on that 2018 version. So
Yeah.
and also seeing how it's going to continue, where they'll be adding Thor to Ragnarok
Mhm.
and all that.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
But
man, definitely looking forward to the God of War. It's already on my wish list.
definitely. Speaking of games with good storylines,
Mhm.
let's talk about Assassin's Creed.
The new Assassin's Creed Infinity.
Before we jump onto Infinity, I just want to
Yeah.
talk. I don't want this to be a rant, okay? I don't
Mhm.
want this to be a rant. But me and you, ne? Me and
Mhm.
you, we've been
Yeah.
playing as Assassin's Creed, man.
Yeah. For
We've
the
been playing
longest of
since
time.
one, since we came from one,
Yeah.
since the since the beginning of
where
time.
where the definition of started from the bottom.
When it comes to Assassin's Creed, man, with the
Yeah, yeah,
definition of starting from the bottom. But yeah,
yeah.
I just wanna like talk about like how the series has evolved and changed and has become Valhalla, which
Yeah.
I played Valhalla a couple of weeks ago. I didn't tell you, but like I played it a bit, right? And
Yeah.
it was a cool experience. Honestly, Valhalla is a awesome game. I mean, it's an awesome RPG game.
But how is it compared to Odyssey though?
I mean, as a game or as a game,
I mean, as a game,
really
like
dope.
overall.
It's a
Like
really dope game.
better, the same.
Yeah, obviously it's the same. Like you can feel like okay, this is from the same company. It's the same kind of
Yeah.
like game, but like it's a bit better. It's a bit better.
Okay.
But it's a good game. But
It's not a good Assassin's
it's a
game.
good Viking game, not a
Nah.
good Assassin's Creed game. Actually, to be honest, I don't see why they even called it Assassin's Creed. It honestly feels like they were
They could
developing a
literally just
Viking game.
remove. They could. Sorry for interrupting. You could
Yeah.
literally just remove the Assassin's Creed and just put Vikings raiding or something. They could just
Yeah,
change the
just
name to
Valhalla. Even
Vikings.
just leave
Yeah,
Valhalla there, then
yeah,
yeah, ship it out like that. And it feels like that's what they did. Like they were just developing a Viking game, and they're like, we need to make this thing sell. How can we make this thing sell?
slap
Put
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed
Creed
on
on
it.
it, and
Yeah,
that worked
exactly.
because
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the best-selling Assassin's Creed game.
Are you serious?
Yes, so it worked. It worked, you know what I'm saying? But like the Assassin's Creed fans, the OGs specifically, the people who've been playing since one,
Yeah.
from one with Altair and Ezio and all that, we're crying. But the new fans, the guys who've been playing like maybe from Origins or something,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, it's a good game, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened over the years. The Assassin's Creed's market is now divided into two. There's the new guys, the new school, and there's the old guys. The old guys are always rambling about the good old days.
Yeah.
The new guys are
Talk-
just like,
We're talking about how Ezio was one of the best assassins,
Ish,
ever. He was just he was just cool,
I mean,
But a
yeah.
personal favorite, yeah. And he knows this and he doesn't like it, but the personal favorite
It's not that I don't
is
like it, man. It's just that I don't fully like. I see why you say it's a great Assassin's Creed game. It's just like for me personally, it's not the great. It's a great game, but
Mhm.
not a great Assassin's Creed game as well. But
Fine.
what game were you talking
Basic
about? Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Backfag. That's hands down my favorite Assassin's Creed. And yes, people are probably gonna, shoot me for this, but yes, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I played it like 5 times. Yes, 5 times. I cleared it three
Even
times,
this year, you
twice.
played it this year. I remember like the
Yeah.
other day on Discord, I saw you playing Black Flag. I'm like, man, how many times are you gonna play this game? Damn. Did you get
Just love the game
tired?
that
Did you
No,
get
no. Like so back in the day, I had a PS3
Mhm.
and I didn't have like good internet at the time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to download the DLCs. So
Mm.
the game completion was at like 99 or 98
Yeah.
twice. Twice. So
Yeah.
the first time 99, I was like, Second time, my game files got corrupted. I was like 56% where I was like,
Oh, hectic.
exactly.
Mhm.
Third time I got to 98 again, but then my PS3 hard drive just died. So yeah,
Just died.
it just died. It just
Uh-huh.
died. And like the fourth time, I played it again, and I just got out of it. But like this year, I was determined I was gonna get that 100%. As soon as I got that 100%, I was so happy.
Okay, I
I
feel
felt
you. I
like
feel you.
I felt like this weight was just lifted off me because I've been trying for so long, man,
Yeah.
so long.
The only two Assassin's Creed games that I finished to 100% was 2 and Brotherhood. personally, those are my favorite Assassin's Creed game, especially two. Oof. I
I can
mean,
understand. I can understand too. Honestly, I can understand
you
too.
know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I understand why you like Black Flag. It's a great game. I also enjoyed Black Flag. I remember I was playing it during grade 11. I was playing Black Flag during grade 11, you know.
Hmm.
No, I was playing it for the second time in grade 11. I remember, and I have that memory of like, it was during study period or something. And I was playing it. Oh, it was, oh,
Yeah,
nostalgia, man. The nostalgia.
the
Ooh, even
nostalgia is
too.
just there,
I'm
indeed.
thinking about that song. You see the song that plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And the beginning,
mm,
exactly, dude.
oh man.
It just comes pouring in, dude.
And
Just
yeah,
comes pouring in.
while I was playing Valhalla, like I said, as an Assassin's Creed fan, while I was playing Valhalla and Odyssey, I was
Hmm.
feeling for that feeling, like that, that feeling
That
that
assassin feeling.
that Assassin's Creed feeling, but I just
Yeah,
didn't get it. I just didn't get
yeah.
it. I mean, they don't wear hoodies anymore.
Dude,
They
can
don't
you
wear
imagine?
hoodies.
I mean, in Origins, we can give them the benefit of the doubt. They did
It's yeah.
sort of, yeah, sort of wear hoodies, you know. Yeah.
I said Origins. Like when I remember when I played Origins, I was like, wait,
Hmm.
this is not Assassin's Creed, right? But
Yeah.
now after the release of Odyssey and Valhalla, I appreciate Origins a bit more because I'm like, okay, it still feels more Assassin's Creedy compared to these other guys. But honestly, I'm not a fan of the RPG system they've adopted because I mean, remember in Odyssey, right? You can choose different like what type of character you're gonna be, an
Hmm.
assassin, you know, what was the other options? There was three options, right? There was assassin, there was
Uh, the warrior
the
and
warrior, yeah.
the archer type of vibe. The
Mm.
archer type of vibe.
So yeah, you could develop, and become, the best at each of those. But
Yeah.
I just felt it confusing. I'm like, shouldn't I just be playing as an
An
assassin?
assassin, exactly. Why am I
I
given
mean,
the option to play as a flipping warrior, man? I'm not gonna, expose myself. I'm an assassin,
I have to, yeah,
you know.
I have to, what's this? I have to sneak
Sneak
around,
around.
look
Yeah.
for my enemy in plain sight and kill him without anyone seeing,
Hmm.
hidden blade at the back, walk away
Exactly.
like nothing happened,
Like
type
nothing
of vibe,
happened.
bro. I mean, it's called Assassin's Creed.
Exactly, dude. And
Assassin's Creed.
it honestly didn't make sense because the
Mm,
first time I played Odyssey, right? Just
yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but you just dropped into this place where you're fighting. You're like, what am I doing here? This isn't an
Mm.
Assassin's Creed tutorial. Generally
Oh,
speaking, they'll teach you how to climb buildings,
yeah,
hide in
parkour.
haystacks.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But there was none of that. I
It's none of
mean,
that.
bro, please. And okay, but like, yeah, so like I'm saying, like, it's working for them.
Hmm.
Um, who's this? Ubisoft. It's working for them. I mean, the last three Assassin's Creed, the ones that were crying about saying that they don't feel like Assassin's Creed games, they're the best selling Assassin's Creed games of all time.
Yeah.
So financially, it makes sense. And like we said, business comes first. You know,
Yeah.
business comes first, money comes first. So it's pointless for them to make the game that we want, which is not gonna sit, which is not gonna
Yeah.
sell. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they'd rather focus on something that will sell at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's already a market which is loving these new games, right? But like
Yeah.
I said, the old market is not loving them that much, even though some of us are still buying it just in J
Still
with the
playing it.
hope, with the hope of like it's gonna come back. Maybe Desmond is gonna revive and he didn't die, and
Yeah.
oh, he's back.
Nah, man, it's chai for Desmond. Desmond is proper gone, dude.
But actually, I think this is a chance because a couple of months ago, Assassin's Creed Ubisoft announced that they're working on their next big project within the Assassin's Creed franchise, and
Mhm.
that's Assassin's Creed Infinity.
Yeah.
And as they described it, they said this is going to be an online platform, an online Assassin's Creed platform, which will evolve over time.
Yeah.
Right?
So
It's going to be a live service game.
basically a live service game
Mm.
because I'm not sure if any of our viewers have played Genshin Impact,
Mhm.
but Genshin Impact is a live service game
Mm.
and it's currently selling billions.
Yeah.
And this is only in-game transactions. So like those
Mm.
what are they called again?
The microtransactions.
The microtransactions, yes,
Mm.
exactly. So like the game made so much money off of microtransactions
Mm.
only. So I
Because it's
think
free to play, right? It's free to
yeah,
play.
it's free to play. It's free to play. So I think Ubisoft is also, taking that approach as well because
Mm.
it's just making so much money for Genshin, like the creators of Genshin Impact. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I guess.
Well,
Mhm.
the plus side is the game is free.
Yeah. But
So
unfortunately,
yeah.
I found out that Infinity might not be free. Unfortunately, so yeah, you might have to pay for that. But I guess it makes sense again financially. Like I said, all these companies, all these developers and publishers, they'll do what's financially smart.
Um yeah.
So I don't know if that's the word, but you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah.
and basically, live service game is like a bit smart in this case because releasing a new game like working because if that's releasing a new title again, as a fan, I'm expecting better graphics. I'm expecting better gameplay improvements. I'm expecting a whole bunch. So it's more going to be like reinventing the wheel at a point
Yeah.
because, like I said, I'll always be expecting new stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? With the live service game, you get new content,
New
right?
content.
Which so it's going to be like the graphics are going to be the same, but it's just like you're going to be getting new content all the time. And
Like new maps, new weapons.
exactly.
Yeah.
So think about it like this. Like someone made this analogy. Like think about like Infinity being like the what's this thing? The Anubis. Is it called the Anubis?
Yeah, the animus.
The Anubis, right? The Anubis, right? Where it's that machine basically which you go into and you get to relive your ancestors' memories and all that. So
My
think about
bad.
it.
It's the animus.
Huh?
It's the animus. My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, the animus. Yeah.
I don't know. Like that word is always with me. I just don't know why I
Yeah.
forgot it now, right? But
Yeah.
like someone like think of if you could think of Assassin's Creed Infinity like that, where you jump in and then you travel and then you get to choose where you go. You get to go. You know.
Yeah, a similar thing was shown in Assassin's Creed Unity. Like in
Mm,
the beginning of the game, you
with
just
the
dropped in this,
helix.
yeah, with the helix. You just dropped
Mm,
in this main menu, and there's like multiple places that you can select. But
mm.
for some odd reason, all of them were locked except for the one that you could play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I think the Infinity is gonna be a similar approach to that. So if you think about like maybe it's gonna be like released seasonally, like maybe first season we play as this ancestor from Asia.
yeah, I'm way
Then
back
next
when.
they're just saying you see a new one where you play maybe as a modern day assassin. Imagine playing
Yeah,
as a think of it like this: you're an assassin, you're chasing someone in a car, you jump from car to car.
I
That would be
mean
dope.
that's kind of like
Fast
Syndicate.
and Furious. Oh yeah, Syndicate. Yeah, but it's like
Yeah,
Syndicate. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
kind of like Syndicate.
Um,
Yeah,
or and then maybe next season, then you go to Africa. You come back
yeah.
to Africa. You play in the
Come
Congo.
back to the motherland. Man, why do you say the Congo?
I don't know. It's the first one that came to mind, bro. Come on, give me a break. And
I
then after
get it.
that, you play in America as
Yeah.
So you see, there's a lot of
As
there's a
John
lot of
Wick.
opportunities, man. It's John Wick, and that's the modern day assassin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
you still gotta have your hidden blade, man. You still gotta,
Exactly.
and I hope they bring it back, and not just in the DLC format like they did in Valhalla.
Mhm.
Like I want them to bring it back as part of it. It must be necessary.
Yes, it's
That's a
necessary.
signature weapon for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So them removing it in the first place was a no-no.
Yeah.
Was a no-no.
That
But
was a
now I
big
hope they bring
upside.
it back again. Yeah, I hope they bring it back again.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and I feel like also that's gonna be the same move with GTA, with the next version of GTA. I think it's gonna be a live service game as well. They did mention that I think there are talks and speculations are around that the next GTA game will encompass like all of the maps together, like Vice City, San Fierro,
Yeah.
Liberty City. So I feel like that's probably going to be the same approach with GTA,
Hmm.
where you get to play probably even as different characters. Remember when they choose different characters in five? You
Yeah.
know, so you probably like maybe first part of the game, you download it, you play it as in Liberty City as a certain character, and then
Mhm.
you go to Vice City, and then you're part of a mafia or something, and you get to play
As a
as that
different
guy,
character.
and then
Yeah.
eventually you play as different characters in different places, and then the story just comes together, and then
But like now that you say it like that, I'm also questioning. So will a single character be able to travel to if his main place of wherever
Mm-hmm.
he's doing his mission is Vice City, will he be able to travel to
Other seasons.
Liberty City? Yeah, Liberty
Hmm.
City or San Andreas or something
That's
like that.
that's a good question. That's a good
That really is
question.
a good question. I
But
mean, I would like to to have that because
mm,
in San
yeah.
Andreas you're able to travel from San Andreas to San Fierro
Mm,
to Pine Woods.
mm.
There were a lot of places where you could travel to, and I think up to date that's still the biggest GTA map like ever.
Yeah, that
So
is, hands down. Since it was
yeah,
San Andreas, I was
it
like, they
was
had a big map, yo.
big. It was proper big.
So,
So
so yeah, so I feel like that's gonna be the approach with live service, like with also GTA. Maybe that might be the approach they might be taking, and that allows them to make more money. Like I said, from
mm,
microtransactions, and also probably when they release the new map or a new city or whatever. In, for example, back to AC Infinity,
mhm.
probably when they release a new map or a new part of the game, you probably have to pay for that.
Yeah,
You
probably have
know.
to pay for that, and there'll probably be like some special packs that come with the
Mm,
new map.
mm.
A new coat, a new hidden blade, maybe or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's gonna be you're gonna pay like triple A prices for those release. Maybe it's gonna be cheaper, like a bit more
because
cheaper, you know.
it feels more like a DLC rather than a new game.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
It'll feel more like a DLC than a whole new game. So it's just an
yeah,
addition. Like I said, AC Infinity will be the final. There's after AC Infinity, there's not gonna be any other AC whatever
yeah.
after that,
But
right?
the AC Infinity was spoken to be released in around 2023. I think 2023 or somewhere.
2024? Nah, I
Oh
heard
yeah,
2024.
yeah, somewhere around
Mm.
that date. So, not right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's gonna be a
I,
big project, so we'll have to wait.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
have to wait.
yeah,
It makes sense for us to wait, right?
yeah.
But yeah. So that's the games that I want to talk about. Some pretty
Hmm.
exciting stuff up ahead for us gaming fans, and
Yeah,
I can't wait for God of War. And like with AC Infinity, I'm excited, but I'm also excited
but
cautiously.
yeah, I'm holding down my expectations because of
Mm.
what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, with the past
Personally,
three
like
games.
personally,
Yeah,
yeah, personally,
yeah, personally as well. Like I'm also holding my excitement because I've been disappointed the past three games. I've been feeling for that AC feel. The good games, I'm not gonna dispute that, but it's just not good Assassin's Creed games. Hey, to be
yeah,
honest, hey, they could have just removed Assassin's Creed from them. I wouldn't care. But
yeah.
but yeah, I think that's the episode today, man. I think that's the episode.
I think we were supposed to speak about Middle State.
Oh no. Free Fire.
Free Fire, my bad. I apologize. Yeah, Free
But yeah,
Fire.
yeah. So for y'all who don't know, Garena Free Fire is a mobile game that you guys can play. It's a mobile battle royale game that you guys can download for free on the Play Store or on the App Store. Right? It's one of the best. I think it's one of the most downloaded mobile games, if not the most downloaded game in the
Yeah,
world. It's fun. Let me just say it's fun. You guys will
yeah.
want to check it out. But last year, Garena has did something that we always wanted, especially in the African community. They released and launched the SSA servers, which are basically Free Fire servers for Garena Free Fire for us, the African market, which is
Yee.
thank you to Garena. Shout out to Garena for that.
Thank you.
Um,
Apex, take notes.
yes, take notes, please. But yeah,
Yeah.
so Garena Free Fire launched the servers a year ago, and now we're approaching the first year anniversary of the Garena Free Fire SSA server anniversary. So we'll be hosting here at Ekasi Esports, we'll be hosting a tournament for those Free Fire fans. So if you want to be part of the tournament, download Free Fire, get to practicing, because registrations will open on the 31st of October on Sunday at 12 p.m. So you guys can register for there's going to be 3 days, so you can register for each day. So the registrations on Sunday will be open for day 1 and day 2, and then the final day will be opening them this next Sunday, right? Which is going to be what, the 7th, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 7th.
It's it.
So yeah, you guys, be sure to visit the Ekasi Sports website to find out more. That's www.ekasisports.africa if you want to learn more about the tournament. And yeah, we'll be posting updates on our socials, and also we'll also post up some updates on YouTube as well. So be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications button to be sure to be notified when we drop some content around that. Follow us on the socials, which is at Ekasi Esports, to be also notified if we release any updates about
Yeah.
the Free Fire anniversary. So yeah, are you going to be playing judo?
Probably. I mean, my hands are,
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
My hands are itching for that Free Fire feeling.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Okay, not itching because of something else, ne? Alright.
Ish.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, you better get them warmed up. But so if you guys want to be take part in that, be sure to visit the website and you guys can find out more about the anniversary. Exciting times, exciting stuff.
Yes. Exciting times, exciting times.
Yeah, but I guess this is we'll have to call it a quits for today's episode,
Mhm.
and I guess we'll be seeing you guys in the next episode, which is going to be episode 7, and
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and I hope you guys enjoyed what we had to share.
mm,
Don't forget to, leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the video.
mm,
And as Perfect said, hit that post notification bell so you get alerted whenever we post video.
exactly, and yeah, we still don't have a closer, but that's fine. We're still working on it. We
Yes.
promise. We gave ourselves the Jude episode of episode 10, so it's coming.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
definitely coming. Definitely coming.
But yeah, like if you guys would like to, like Jido said, if you guys have any opinions and you would like to add on the conversations we had, comment with us, engage with us, because we'd love to have this conversation. We'd like to continue this conversation and all that. But yeah, but for today, we'll have to call it a day. That sounds good, actually. For today,
Yeah, today we'll have to call it a day.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
That might be the closer. I don't know. But yeah, drink water, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next week.